Hello and welcome to Modern Toy Fair News, the weekly show that talks about toys. I am your host, Mr. Modern Toy Fair, and I am joined by the founder of the Neca Illuminati, the YouTube wife, Mrs. Modern Toy Fair, the one, the only Jamar_Games. But that's not all. This is a very special week. I am also joined by the man Modern Toy Fair has majority custody over, one of the hosts of the Figuratively Speaking podcast, Nate. How are you guys this week? Especially Nate, who missed weekly purchases.
I did. I'm good. I'm very good. I got some fresh air. I went out to a ball game last night. Saw some things. Didn't know what happened. It was fun.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
You just hear the sound of the bat hit a ball, and you're like, "Yay!"
Yeah.
Like, wrong team.
Go team!
I mean, boo. No. Well, that's fun. That's fun.
I'm glad you at least had fun.
Miss a lot, you know. We talked about toys. We showed our toys, and
Then we talked about movies, sequels again, ironically, at some point.
Nice.
Well, half sequels because Lion King 1.5.
technically not even really a sequel. It just happened during the movie.
Yeah.
But we didn't see it, so yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to know more about Lion King 1.5. Go find us on twitch.tv/Modern Toy Fair and watch the video on demand version of weekly purchases. And also,
don't advertise it like that. No one will go.
Also, go to see what toys we bought.
Yeah,
that would be more a reason to go.
If you say so. So if you are new to the show, the way it works is we pick out the top toy news stories to waste the next hour of your life and then send you on your merry way. So we're going to get started the same way we do every week, and that is with some good old Mcfarlane news.
Ooh.
All right, so for the Mortal Kombat series, we got solicitations and pre-orders for the previously announced Platinum Shao Kahn, the Fighting Abbot Liu Kang, along with the new Mortal Kombat 11 Joker, and then a character I never even heard of, Kotal Khan. And these are all available for pre-order on Entertainment Earth for $19.99 each, shipping in October and November. Link will be in the description below. But you can't leave out DC. So on the DC Multiverse side of things, we got our first look at the Batman Beyond Wave Blight figure. We've seen the rest of the wave for months, and we're finally getting a look at that. Followed by the Birds of Prey Harley Quinn, which was kind of just out of nowhere. And then on a Todd live cast, because you know how much he loves to go live on Instagram, we got a bunch of just random prototypes. So first one is the Nightwing from the upcoming Arkham game, followed by Batman Zur-In-R. Then there is an unmasked Batman the Merciless from Dark Knight's Metal. And then last but not least, we have a 12-inch The Batman from the upcoming film. As of right now, Harley is available on Entertainment Earth for $19.99, shipping in November, and Blight should be going up on Target.com here in the near future. So we're just going to start with the one I know Nate's going to be excited about, and that is the Birds of Prey Harley.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. We're in the middle of the Suicide Squad coming out, and this movie that's like, what, 2 years old?
What do you mean?
Almost. But this was actually shown on the back of boxes in those first initial waves of Mcfarlane, DC Multiverse figures. So it was just a photo, the one that looks like they're using for the card for the figure, but then it mysteriously disappeared. I think after the movie maybe didn't do as well as originally thought or planned or whatever. But then, showing back up. It is weird timing, but maybe so far the Suicide Squad figures are selling well, and he figures, hey, I need to get something else out there, and I got this sitting around.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. If you already got it, I don't know why they, even if the movie didn't do well, just put it out. There'll be people like Nate who are Harley fans that are going to buy it regardless.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, it's probably a good chance right now to just take advantage of already the Harley hype again, since she is in, the movie. But, I mean, outside of the surprise, the figure's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that she actually comes with the egg sandwich.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that was the best.
Awesome. And it's like
because none of the import ones have done that.
Which is surprising, because usually the import figures are the ones that you get the weird
Right.
shit with. So, like, the fact that Mcfarlane had to do it, that's some straight up, like, Thanos, like, I'll have to do it myself shit right there.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's what held it up.
He was just like, I want the goddamn egg sandwich, guys.
Yeah. He saw the movie and was like, no, we're pulling this from release. It's not ready.
Man. That's canon now. I don't care. I'm just imagining him in a board meeting being like, nope, Harley cannot be without her egg sandwich. Did you watch the fucking movie, guys?
I mean, that was clearly the point of the movie.
Yeah, it was all because of her egg sandwich. Nothing else mattered.
I think she grew as a character in that movie, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, she grew because she had an egg sandwich.
That's fair.
What more character development do you want, Jamar? Jesus.
I mean, it could be like Mortal Kombat and just keep giving me new characters that I didn't know existed.
Dude, right? Like,
maybe that's what I
Kotal
want.
Khan, I'm just like, this just sounds like I keep calling him Kotal Kombat in my head, and I'm like, that's not right. I don't know what, he's like some sort of giant Aztec warrior version of Shao Kahn, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
He's very Christmassy.
He is a little minty,
you can make him, you can make him part of like your Christmas display, The gold throws it off a little bit, but it's got enough red and green in there. I think it could work.
Put him right next to Jesus and the baby Jesus in the manger. I get it.
He's standing there guarding baby Jesus with his giant sword.
Yeah.
No, it's just interesting. I mean, this Mortal Kombat line just keeps going. It probably go on forever until they run out of characters, and they'll just make characters for the figures, or are they making figures and then adding the characters in the game? That's what I need to know at this point. Like, are they talking to each other and like, hey, we need to sell more figures, add this person into the game?
I mean, it might get to that at some point, but I have to assume that Toddy Boy, as much as they love their reuse, is gonna do every like color shade that you can unlock.
That's fair.
From here to like Mortal Kombat 12. So I think he's good for a while with him only releasing them 4 at a time. He's got at least 5 more years in the line, and that's assuming they don't come up with a new Mortal Kombat and he has to start over.
Right. I'm worried.
I like Liu Kang's Bruce Lee pants.
Right? It's really cool. We've seen this figure a few times before. I did not realize that it just now went up for pre-order. I figured it would have went up for pre-order months ago, because we'd already seen full solicitations with like box art and everything. I want to say back in May. I mean, it could be wrong. Maybe.
Well, we definitely got. Well, this is another Liu Kang. We got the first one.
So there's. Well, no, because they've released a few Liu Kangs, but no, there was. I remember because of the name and the yellow. Like this one,
one
in the Platinum Shao Kahn.
Black and red.
Yeah, because these, this and the Shao Kahn, the Platinum Shao Kahn, they announced them and had these same images out. I want to say either like May or April. It's been a few months.
You are either absolutely right or totally wrong. I don't know enough either way.
Because I do remember, because originally we thought the Platinum Shao Kahn was going to be a Platinum edition, which then later ended up being the Chases, but no, it's literally just a Platinum version of him.
Yeah.
So, like, that's... Because why not be even more confusing than having a Platinum edition of your figures and then Platinum versions of your figures?
Right.
Staying on video games, I'm excited for this Nightwing. Like, the game looks like it's going to be fun. But the last couple Nightwings that they've done have been real bad, and this looks pretty slick. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm on board. I'll buy it.
So this is like early. Well, I mean, I guess you got kind of like deco and everything, so it should be just ready to go when you think after the release of the game, which was supposed to be this year.
That's my thing, is if they're already at a painted prototype here. So that means they're maybe a few months away from finalizing it, and wasn't the game delayed till next year? So
yeah,
are we gonna get this figure before the game even comes out?
I mean, it's a weird
I wouldn't doubt it.
Time with releases and stuff. So
true. I mean, all the Marvel MCU releases have been jacked up because of delays and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, and now Shang-Chi is on clearance everywhere, and the movie comes out in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be kids coming out of that movie, or going to see that movie and being like, Shang-Chi choice, and They're all gone.
Yep.
So
All
That's
because some 35-year-old guy went in and bought the entire wave 3 times over for $5 a piece.
Yeah, $5, man. Don't judge me.
hey man, probably not a bad idea considering that there ain't gonna be nothing when the movie comes out. So
Yeah.
sells it for 10, he's making 50% profit or 100% profit. Not a good time for math. Let's skip on.
Yeah. Moving forward, though, Blight, like, we've been waiting to see, because that's the only one in that wave they did not show off. And he was, like, supposed to be the third in line or some shit, and this may be the coolest fucking DC figure they've ever done.
It's really cool. It's not what I wanted for Blight. This is the comic version.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm more familiar with the animated series version, so I was a little disappointed, but he looks great.
I mean, I didn't expect the animated version just because, like,
That's fair.
that you've got the weird Joker bot, which was not in the animated series; it was in the comics. So
No,
I kind of expected the comic version, but I just didn't expect it to look this good. Like the way the greens and the purples pop. Like I almost want to get this figure just because it looks cool. I have no attachment to Blight because, like, I liked Batman Beyond, but I'm not like, oh my god, this is the best version of Batman ever or anything like that.
No. Yeah, I didn't even know there was a comic version of Blight, so this took me by surprise.
I mean, I didn't know what he looked like, so I just knew it wasn't going to be the cartoon.
This is a complete surprise either way. No, I'm curious, like, the green lining, I don't know if it's just like the photo, but does that look like it's like actually kind of like lifted off?
Oh, it's molded 100%. If you look at if you look close to the picture, because you can see the, like, lighter purple has some different textures to it, and you can see where it raises up for the green, and then also there's spots where it, like, goes from the darker, like, metallic purple to the light purple, and it goes with the green outline onto it, so it's raised up. It's molded.
Okay, that's good. It's really cool. I just didn't want something like that to come out and then, you know, fall off or, you know, whatnot, because I love that purple, and then the green, like, really pops with it.
I would assume it's actually molded on. I don't think it'd be like a separate piece.
Yeah, not like, you know, I don't want to say a separate piece. Not like you can customize it and take it off or whatnot.
Well, no, you just mentioned it falling off, so I just
Yeah.
wanted to. I was like, I don't think that will happen. I think we're safe for that. This isn't NECA after all.
Does look really cool though.
It really does. Another one I'm excited for, though, is, I mean, granted, it's just an orange blob right now, but the Batman Zur-En-Arrh, like, that's going to be a wild fucking figure when it's fully painted.
Yeah.
I don't care for that storyline, so
You don't like Batman R.I.P.?
No. Grant Morrison's run on Batman there at the end and tied in with Final Crisis was kind of the Final Crisis for me as well as a DC fan. Like, I was like, Grant, I don't understand any of this bullshit anymore. Just stop. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make it better. I felt like, I mean, especially with Final Crisis, I had to read like 15 books because they didn't put specific important storylines in the main book.
Yeah.
When they released the hardcover, they had to include those extra books because it didn't make sense. Guess what? It didn't make sense anyway. But Batman R.I.P. was one. I think I read it probably 3 or 4 times over, and I went, I don't know what this is. And so for a figure of it, it brings up anxiety, and so I'm like, no thanks. I don't care how good it looks. I'm like, I don't want any of it. Yeah. Cool covers though.
I agree.
They had great covers.
The story makes no sense. It is definitely just batshit bonkers. But I liked the idea of the Batman Zur-En-Arrh. Like, it was a fun just little thing. Like, oh, Batman had a failsafe, so if anyone tries to fuck with his mind, he just basically goes crazy and runs around with a baseball bat beating the shit out of people. And the costume was fun. It was like orange and red and purple and yellow. Like, it was a fucking wild looking costume. So I think I'm more interested in more so just the aesthetic and, you know, what it represents. Because ironically, I just found my Batman R.I.P. hardback cover while digging through stuff in my grandmother's basement. So, like, for that to happen and then this, I'm like, well, shit. Now I have to get it because I have the.
It's meant to be.
Yeah,
it's meant to be.
It's meant to be.
From R.I.P.
Yeah. Wait, are we modern rap fair now?
Not now that you said that. It's so uncool.
No, we've ruined it. And before we move on, I do want to talk about this very strange 12-inch The Batman with the Robert Pattinson's Batman. Like, yeah. I'm excited because this means, you know, we're probably going to get figures of that, which I guess I should have assumed anyway because he does everything else.
Anything, yeah.
But I just very odd that it seems like the first thing they're working on is this giant 12-inch monstrosity that no one wants.
I wonder if that is for people unlike ourselves who would get like a couple of figures in a wave or a full wave, but just want something that represents the new Batman without buying into action figures. You know what I mean? Like this
point,
is
though,
like a different.
For what he charges, I mean, just wait because they're bringing back DC Direct, so you'll have a much better statue version for the same price point.
This is what they could get at Walmart, though.
Yeah, you're talking about.
That's where I'm talking. This is a different client. Well, fine, but I'm saying this is going after a different audience. I think.
Yeah,
it's going after Todd. That's who the audience is, because
maybe
he always has a heart. Like he did that ridiculous commando spawn that was 12 inches tall. So like I 100% feel like he's the audience for that 12-inch scale statue figure. I mean, there's probably some other people who are out there, but I just can't imagine it's mainstream, like large enough audience that these are gonna not get clearanced out somewhere.
Tough to say, but yeah,
it might even just be a I don't want to say limited release in that fashion, but just a smaller
run
scale. Yeah, smaller run. And like you pretty much hit the nail right on the head. Assuming the movie comes out next year, it would be kind of cool. I mean, it's one of those things like it's Batman, so yeah, I like Batman, but I don't want like an action figure. So you have this cool like badass looking statue in a sense. So that makes sense.
I guess it would depend on how it turns out.
Yeah.
Because if it's anything like the figures, they're so 50-50. I could imagine this thing turns out looking like John Cena unmasked Peacekeeper.
To be fair, all of the half-masked characters look decent. So like regular Peacekeeper looks good. Regular Batman looks good. Yeah.
We talked about it last night. Yeah.
Finn is great. So
yeah. And then I've got the shittier version here in the box next to me as well. Looks nothing like they didn't even get the bottom half of his face right. Like how?
No, if I have that, and if you turn his head and just show his right side, or it would be his right side, it looks better.
So just like not look.
I mean, the reason I'll tell you right now, if I turn it this way, it looks better because it's just the wall of the box.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's
bad.
The only thing this has over the normal version is I feel like the head on this one is too tiny. And the head on this one's the right size, but the head is terrible, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I canceled the unmasked Peacekeeper. I couldn't cancel the unmasked Idris Elba in time. I don't know what his character name is.
Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Bloodsport. I couldn't cancel those in time, so they showed up, and I opened them because I ordered 2 to get free shipping, and I opened them up like these are terrible, and I took them back immediately. Like I was gonna keep one and take the other one back. Why they just couldn't give me free shipping? I don't know, but it's fine. I got it and I looked at it. And I'm like, I don't know who this is supposed to be, so I can't conceivably put a plus. I mean, I am a little disappointed. He just comes with 2 swords, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is surprising because in the pictures that they had, the solicitations for it, like his
head
looks
good.
Significantly better than most of the other unmasked heads. So
watch the Peacekeeper look really good.
they literally just got the molds from Mattel, and they're just like, look, we have a real John Cena head.
Yep.
Oh shit. Moving on though. Into some NECA news, a Facebook user posted an in-hand picture of the NECA store / Walmart exclusive TMNT movie April O'Neil. And then, all within the same week, the TMNT movie Lootcrate exclusive Danny gets delayed. He is now listed to ship in September, If it's anything like last time around with the Loot Crate stuff, I would expect him maybe November. But don't quote me. I mean, I could be wrong. But last time around, I feel like they just kept kicking the can, and every month you'd get like 2 or 3 weeks in. They're like, maybe next month.
Yep.
So
I'm not looking.
Fun.
These will show up when they show up.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not like, oh my god, I'm so impatient. I need them now.
Fun fact. My April will be delivered Monday. I just received a
nice
notification for that. So it's surprising because I was at a point where I'm like, man, this is silly. Like people are finding them, like but it is one of those things that just like it's gonna be there when it gets there. So I can't.
You got yours from NECA?
Yeah, and then
okay,
also I didn't do signature though. I think signature is
signature's been delayed.
That one's delayed.
Yeah, delayed. So yeah, I just got a notification today, and was like, sweet, cool. I thought it was a notification for Mondo that was delivered today, but I was like, oh shit, this is April. Cool.
Did you only order Mondo?
I did. I only did one, and I think that's what's happening. Is a lot of people are getting just the one, and if you got both of them together, so
yeah, they're like, oh,
it's kind of sucky because they're showing up in stores, but I already ordered them, so
yeah.
Oh, well.
Speaking of show up in stores, I was at Target the other day after 3 months, and Jamar having to buy 3 of them and send me one.
Oh,
they finally got the goddamn 4-pack from the Disguise.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it left and right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm just like, I hope that shit gets clearanced out. I hope it fucking drops to $50. Fuck you, Target, and fuck you, NECA. Like that just pisses me off that I went there for 3 weeks straight every morning, never got a single one in.
What do we learn?
To be fair, Randy said, be patient. They're coming.
Yeah, that's what we learned. We learned just to be patient with NECA, and obviously they're either gonna teach us in one way or another. So they're either gonna force us or we learn our lesson. But the same thing with like Mondo Gecko. Like I was at Target. There was 2 of the Disguised Turtles, and then like 4 of the Gecko. Like Mondo, like. It's just insane. And I was kind of pissed. Like, yo, I haven't got a notification, anything.
You're like, I paid $15 for shipping for this bitch.
Yeah, there's like stacks of them on there. So I think I've learned a few lessons from NECA. Don't order from the store anymore.
You just can't win. You pre-order from the store to save yourself the stress, and then you find it in store. Or you don't find it in store and you don't pre-order, and then you just never get it.
I paid $15 to walk past 5 of them. And
you got to think, though, how many people also walked past them that same morning and went, I already ordered them. They would have been gone.
That's fair.
So,
but if everyone does it, and I don't, then I get my figures without $15.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's fair.
So Jamar's takeaway from this is everyone else pre-order from NECA so he can get the toys in store.
Yes.
At least in Ohio.
So next time, next time if they have a big pre-order, don't order it.
Yeah. No, order it. Everyone order.
Yeah, everyone order.
No, everyone else.
Jamar,
just not me.
Yeah, Jamar won't order
so I can walk into Target and find everything I want and just walk out. But no, it's exciting. Loot Crate, this is my first ride on this, so I guess I'm just
It's a bumpy one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a roller coaster. Like every month you get further near, like it's this month, and then you get to the last week and they're like, yeah, so it's gonna be next month, and then you do the whole ride over again. Until finally you don't even get a shipping notification unless you have like FedEx or UPS account like set up to where you get text notifications when shit gets sent to your address. Because literally every Loot Crate last time, if it wasn't for text notifications from the carriers, would have never.
That's the only way.
Would have never knew that shit was getting sent to me.
Yep.
Glad I signed up for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally am excited for pretty much all the figures, and then all the cool little knickknacks and stuff will just be there. So we'll see.
I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah, they're fun when we get them.
The 3 that I ordered, 2.5 because I'm excited for the Mirage one just in general. I'm excited for the Donnie the Dark.
Donnie, yeah.
And then I'm hoping that they don't fail me and the arcade one comes with some really random cool accessory that would never have expected like last time. Literally the only reason I ordered it. Side note, since we're showing April here, I feel like we should at least talk about her. Did they solicit her with that like pile of like board games or whatever?
So I saw someone say that it was pizza boxes, like on
Okay, maybe it
Reddit,
is pizza boxes,
but
but like
it doesn't. They look small for pizza
yeah,
boxes.
because I've got the Domino's one that came with the accessory pack, and it's like bigger than her entire like main part of her body. So I thought those were like board games or maybe VHSs or something, but I don't know.
It's smelly.
Yeah, because of the glare, I couldn't read it, so I'm not sure what it is.
Wasn't that something that she had? Wasn't that like the microwave pizza that she had in her apartment?
Maybe that's probably what it is.
Because she remember when they wanted to come in, she's like, "All I got is some like microwave pizza," and then Mikey's head pops up.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's. I don't think we knew we were getting that though, or if we did, we didn't know it was that.
Yeah, because if I would have known that, I probably would have fucking ordered one.
You didn't order one?
No, because I have no need for April O'Neil, and I was like, why the fuck would I order one? But if I would have known we were getting some cool ass accessories, I probably would have done it.
I'm just saying, if you
my
were
movie figures
11,
are right there, and they're just substitutes for IDW figures that we'll never fucking get.
But if you were 11 years old when that movie came out, like I was, you'd order an April O'Neil.
Oh, I know, but unfortunately, I was like 3 years old when I saw it on VHS.
Yeah. That's fair.
Oh my gosh.
But
just saying.
Yeah, I mean the figure looks great, so I'm glad to see that it at least turned out good.
Yeah.
Curious to see when it pops up for you guys to show it off on weekly purchases, but
well, I've just confirmed it will be Wednesday.
I know.
Oh. Well. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm lying.
But Nate has to wait like 6 months for his because he got
the
fancy signature one.
That's fine. That's okay.
So he'll get to show off the better version sometime down the line.
That's fine.
Well, he'll get to look you in the eye and wave his little raincoat.
My April was not afraid of the rain.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. I don't even know if I'm going to end up keeping that version. So, because I got both of them.
Oh, okay. And I mean, hell, you could probably sell the raincoat and pay for both orders combined at that point.
Yeah, probably.
That'd be insane.
Man. So, keeping the ball rolling, we've got Hasbro, who came in hot this week with an all retro carded Marvel Legends line. And we are now getting a full wave of classic Fantastic Four figures, which includes Mr. Fantastic, The Thing, the Invisible Woman. We've got Human Torch. We've got, where is it? What's his name? High Evolutionary. I don't even know who the hell this guy is. We've got Psycho Man. Then we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Translucent Invisible Woman, followed by the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Flame Off Johnny Storm Human Torch. And then we also have some Hasbro Pulse exclusives for the Army Builder of the, was it the Dark Hand Ninja, I believe? Yeah. And then a 3-pack, which this is for the X-Force. We've got Cannonball, Domino, and Richter. So as of right now, the base line of the Fantastic Four wave is pretty much everywhere. I'll have a link below for Entertainment Earth. They're $22.99 each, shipping in January. And then the Flamed Off Johnny Storm and Translucent Invisible Woman are on Hasbro Pulse for $22.99 each. The 3-pack is $62.99, and then the Dark Hand Ninja was $15.99, but is currently sold out. But all 3 are shipping in March. So I was not expecting a full wave of these. Like that caught me off guard. Like that Fantastic Four like retro card is sexy as hell. I have the Doctor Doom one. I would never expect them to go balls deep like this.
Yeah, I was surprised that we're getting as many of them as that we are. I had a feeling we were going to get these classic, like John Byrne style uniforms, and I thought this was the way to probably do it with this retro carded line. And then also, kind of wrapping it into, Galactus and announcing it at the time where, the campaign is starting to wind down and to get those final pushes. I think that was a smart move. I am tempted, but I have so far resisted pre-ordering any of them. I don't need a third set of Fantastic Four. This is at this point kind of ridiculous, but the bad thing is this is the one I would have wanted from the get-go.
I was gonna say, because I feel like there was an episode of Figuratively Speaking where you literally said that you wanted the like white outer pieces and the gloves and shit with the blue.
Yep, yeah, that's my favorite version of it, and I would also then I wouldn't be surprised to see it, especially with the parts that they've used previously, because if they finally do the She-Hulk version in that Fantastic Four outfit and put it on that retro card, I would be extremely happy as a She-Hulk fan, and a John Byrne fan. So, the way that they kept Spider-Man going and are still keeping it going, I'm not going to be surprised when that happens.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, I let you gush all over it. For me, it's just like it's one of those things of it's a trap because these are so cool.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
but I
100%,
don't, I don't need this at all, other than just seeing that like cool ass Marvel like comics logo on like the top right hand corner. It makes me like, oh man, makes me happy. But this is just stupid and sick and so awesome all at the same time. But I can't support it because it's not based off of the most recent movie. I'm just joking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I do like it, and it got a little bit more shit than what it needed. But anyways, we'll continue going. We'll save that for weekly.
Yeah, save that for weekly purchases. That's a time waster argument right there. I also want to point out, I just think it's hilarious. I'm looking at the thing, and I love that his feet, he's just so big that his feet have to go into little like pieces like at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like you see his toes hanging out there because they just couldn't fit him in the package without making it like too like abnormally huge. So that's kind of fun. I do find it interesting that they made the flamed off Johnny Storm the exclusive, because I figured since they did translucent Invisible Woman,
right,
that it would only make sense that then the flamed on like kind of translucent Human Torch would have been like side and side with that, and then you would have got the normal Johnny Storm instead. But yeah, I'm not sure why they went that route, but either way,
because I think I want that Johnny Storm instead of the flamed on one. Like if I'm gonna do these, I'm probably only gonna do like just like the core 4 there, and I think I'd want the flamed off Johnny Storm, but the actual visible Invisible Woman.
Yeah, which would make sense because you probably won't want it because of those costumes, so it'd make more sense for you to do it that way. Yeah, so that's an odd choice, but like you said, it makes sense right now with Galactus. We're weeks away from that campaign ending, so it's the perfect time to be like, hey, it would look fucking great with your Galactus, these classic Fantastic Fours, which you're gonna have to buy 2 of because you're gonna want to keep one on card.
Yeah.
Yep. I will say the X-Force set is a perfect exclusive, because I never understood the big controversy with Cannonball the first time around. I get it that some people were like, oh, he doesn't have legs or whatever.
He was basically Lieutenant Dan. Like, it was a whole thing.
Yeah, but if you're going to display him, you're going to display him with using his powers.
Yeah. So,
like, you're going to put him with his legs? So I don't know. That just seemed dumb to me to get all that mad about it. I don't know. So you're basically buying a figure you already have, except now you're definitely going to keep the legs on him because, he came with the legs. So now you feel obligated. And then you have this Domino. They've already done Domino. Like, this is obviously a classic version, but I don't know. I like the more modern uptake.
Where's my Zazie Bates?
We got one of those.
I know. It was a joke.
Oh, okay.
I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not cool.
It's okay. Jamar knows about the sexy lady Dominoes.
It's sort of like the 11-year-old enjoying April now.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah,
that works. And then Richter is super boring. So this is an easy pass for me.
Right.
But I think it's cool that it exists. Like I said, it's a perfect exclusive. Like that's good that it's exclusive because it's not. I don't want to feel obligated in a Build-A-Figure wave to get those
Yeah.
just to complete it. So that's a cool way to do that. And then the only thing wrong with the Hand Ninja, I was going to buy one of those to put my Henry Golding Snake Eyes head on it to make like an actual movie Snake Eyes, because spoilers, he literally wears the Snake Eyes outfit for 20 seconds in the movie, so it's not very representative of how he looks in the entire movie. So I was going to do that, and then it sold out like instantly. And I'm like, how do you sell out of this if it doesn't come out until March? Like,
also, it just feels weird that it's a build of like
yeah, it's a fucking army
Yeah.
builder.
and, like,
Yeah.
you only have like 100 of them.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you'd think like,
The
okay,
limit
base
is
limit would be
5.
three per person. Like, would probably be what I would assume people would get. But yeah, it's limited of 5. So like, how do you
Yeah.
not intend to have just thousands upon thousands of those
Right.
made?
So I was a
That's
little
funny.
bummed because I was just going to get a couple just because I love ninjas, and I have a couple of the red ones just because I love them. They're great figures. You can use them for GI Joe. You can use them for Marvel Legends or whatever you're,
Yeah.
and they're way a cheaper option than the articulated icons, which are awesome. Don't get me wrong; those are great, but these are a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
So I may have to go articulated icons route for my Snake Eyes. I don't know.
Not necessarily. So when they did the Hydra soldiers, I wanted one because I wanted the harness to use for custom Hush, because I already had the H on there. I just had to paint it red. It would have been perfect. And they were sold out for a while. But after, like, I want to say after the first wave of them shipped, they reopened orders and started getting more stock in. So I think it'll come next year. You'll probably see them or even between now and then, you'll probably see more orders for them.
To be fair, I would have been bitching either way because these weren't going to come out until March, and I want to do it right now. So
why don't you just paint one of the red ones black?
I could do that, or what I'll probably end up doing is just I have an extra Ronin from Endgame, so I'll probably just kind of use that for now.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I just got to find him.
He's buried somewhere.
He's buried somewhere. He's in a box. Like I can literally see all my Marvel Legends in boxes. They're all boxed up, so I'll just have to start going through them.
It gives you a side project to work on.
Yeah.
Okay, so time to close out the news with my favorite story of the night, and that is with some Mezco. And they put up pre-orders for the new Superman, the classic Superman, I'm sorry. And, oh man, he just looks incredible. So he is complete with 5 interchangeable heads. We've got 1 light up heat vision head. We've got let's see, there's the 1 blast, like heat vision blast effect head that comes with 2 different heat vision effects. We've got swappable hands. We've got the Black Mercy creature that attaches to his chest. We've got the Starro face hugger. We've got Phantom Zone projector, punch effects, ricocheting bullet effects, kryptonite trophy case, and display stand. You can pre-order Kal-El on Entertainment Earth for $125, and he's shipping July of 2022. Link will be in the description below. So they showed this off, I want to say, last year's New York Comic-Con or San Diego Comic-Con at home, one of the two.
Oh, they did.
And they just showed like 1 or 2 pictures of it, and it was super exciting. Everyone's like, finally, we're getting a good version, because the last version was dog shit. So like after Wolverine and the way they redid him, and they're doing the same thing with the steel box edition, so it's gonna come with some fancy like steel box. I was like, okay, he's got to be loaded, because Wolverine was beyond loaded. Like that figure is stacked and worth every penny. So this one, like, it's loaded, but in a different way, because it's exciting that we get a light up head, and then we also get like a head that literally just has the like blast effects from the heat vision in. Granted, the one with like the more heavier blast does look a little weird, since it's like going 2 different directions. Like, is my Superman like cross-eyed?
Well, no, I can't unsee that.
Yeah. Like, I get why they did it, but I'm just like, I feel like it would have made more sense, because like I don't know, I've never seen him shoot him in 2 different directions before. Right? I don't know, he's an alien, I guess is how we'll explain it. But the real winners of this is just the freaking Black Mercy and the Starro.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Like
Black Mercy is great.
Yeah, like both are great stories. Not to mention, Black Mercy got an entire episode of the Justice League animated series based on it. Starro is big right now with the Suicide Squad movie. Yeah. So, like, there's a lot there. I do find the Kryptonite trophy case a little funny. Like, I want a trophy case of things that kill me. Or make me horny or evil or... I don't know, whatever other weird shit Kryptonite does.
He needs to keep the horny one nearby at all times, but the evil one, I'd keep that one far away. Unless Lois is up for that and you mix the horny and the evil together.
She's like, I don't want the Boy Scout, I want my bad boy Superman.
Yeah.
She's like, go put on that black and silver suit and ravish.
Yeah.
So you think the horny Kryptonite is near the figure right now?
Because he's got that massive bulge. No, that's just that Kryptonian DNA. He is the Man of Steel.
Is that why it's called the Man of Steel edition?
Yeah.
Damn,
dude. He's bringing all the steel, baby.
Yeah. He's bringing the heat vision, all right.
Yeah. I
can't look anywhere else. That's got to be like the base body from the Christopher Reeve version. Tell me that one had a bulge like that. I mean, give the man a tribute he deserves.
Ironically, I think they made poor Christopher Reeve pretty Ken doll, pretty flat.
That's rough.
He did not get the Batman treatment because all of the Batman figures in this line just have the massivest of dicks. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, they're just on the shelf. It's just like, boom! And you're just like, Jesus Christ, Bruce, put it away.
Yeah.
And now Clark they can have a dick measuring contest on everybody's shelf.
Truly a Batman, because he's got a baseball bat knocking around down there.
He's going to be hitting all the home runs.
God, okay. Shit. Before we do any more, like, dick puns, the heads are, like, all emoted in a very different way, and it's such as like it's really cool. Like, you have a wide range of emotions with the Superman, which is pretty cool.
Because you've got just like a normal face, you've got smiling, you've got oh shit face, you've got angry face, you've got super angry, I'm gonna murder you face, and then you've got the light up head, which I'm curious how that's gonna work, because usually the light up like figures, they have this like terrible neck joint that you can't pose, and it's just got a light built into it, so it like shines through the head. So I'm curious how they're gonna make this work, because he's gonna have a normal sized head. It's not like the Gomez figures or even like Darkseid, where he's gonna have a massive head to hide it in. So I really hope that light up feature doesn't hinder this figure, because this figure has so much potential to be fucking incredible. And I think if they have to use that shitty neck joint from like Cyclops and Cable, I think it's gonna ruin it.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm super excited. I've pre-ordered at least 2, because
2.
Yeah.
What do you mean 2?
Well, so long story short, I have a custom Justice Lords Superman that a guy basically took a Sovereign Knight Batman and he put the costume on it that he basically made. And it looks incredible. Problem is, I don't have a head for it. So right now, I painted up Magneto's head. So I've just got this older looking Superman. It doesn't really work well. So having an extra set of heads just for that is perfect. And then I'll have extra Starro to throw around, extra Black Mercy, and like I bet I could probably find a way to remove the Kryptonite, so then I could have like Batman has his own little stash, so he can make Superman horny.
It's the ultimate goal.
It is. So yeah, I have 2 pre-ordered. So that's gonna suck next summer, but that's future me's problems.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's how you have to look at it. It's future me's problems. So yeah, I can't wait. I want them to do more of this. They did have a picture, oddly enough, they had him posed racing the Flash that they did. And all it did is made me really hope that they finally do a Batman that's more classic comic oriented, because I love the Batmans we got. They're very New 52 Rebirth and they look fantastic. But this doesn't really blend in well with those, so I need a fucking classic Batman with the little tidy.
We need a classic like Jim Aparo style Batman, like from like the 80s, like the late 80s. Jim Aparo was awesome, dude.
I would rather have.
You want classic? If you want classic, that's classic.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I guess I want classic. I want like maybe just a Jim Lee Batman, like
Not
Hush.
classic.
It's classic at this point.
Like that's like 15 years ago.
Yeah, which was like 2 whole multiverses ago.
Oh my god, that's not classic. That's still modern.
I mean,
That's
it's
like
that
half
costume's
of his
technically
life.
classic. The only thing I just don't like, I hate the yellow oval.
But that's
hate it.
classic.
I know, but I hate it. I hate the yellow oval. So I want the big black bat, and the only way to do that is to give me like a Hush Batman.
Okay, then say you want a Hush Batman. Don't say you want classic.
Fine. I want a Hush Batman. Happy?
Well, nah. Well, fine. I want a Neil Adams Batman with that great big yellow circle, and
Yeah.
So there.
I'm surprised you don't want a first appearance with like the purple gloves and the weird like fucking horns. And no, that's not your cup
No.
of tea. That's
the
too.
one I want.
That's too
No.
classic for you.
that's too much. Yeah, no. I need no.
Jesus. All right. Well, that's it for the
There we
news.
I think we have one more piece of news.
We do.
We do?
So before we
Oh,
close
good for
everything
that.
out, if you've made it this far, I thank you because you actually watch the show. If you are someone who tunes in regularly, or if you don't, you're new to the show. Either way, thank you for watching. This is going to be the last episode of Modern Toy Fair News.
Nobody told Jamar.
I didn't know.
Whoops. I guess I didn't put that in the group text. My bad. So we've been doing this for over a year, and it's a mix of the algorithm and maybe just not enough interest, but the show doesn't perform to the level of other things that are on the channel, and it's time to kind of make some changes. So while we appreciate everyone who tuned in for the news, hopefully you stay with us for the next 2 ventures we're going to be investing in. We're going to have 2 shows that are going to replace Modern Toy Fair News on alternating weeks, essentially like, if your parents are divorced, every other weekend kind of thing. So we have Modern Toy Therapy, where we are going to be basically going through and finding people in the toy community, both people who are creators, people who are just collectors, and we're going to, interview them and find out what makes them tick, why they collect the things they do, what kind of rules they have, if they have certain things they collect or certain things they don't collect, all sorts of things. And then we're going to also transition into another show that is going to be just the Modern Toy Fair podcast. And what that's going to be is the 3 of us are going to get together every other week, and we each will bring one toy-related news story to the table to talk about, and we're just going to bullshit for 40 minutes to an hour, however long the episode runs. It's not going to have much structure to it. It's just going to be a conversation, just us kind of talking about toys and having a good time, versus it being, let's go down a list of everything that happened, because that sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, especially with the amount of work that goes into the show. So hopefully you stick around and you come back to see those. We are going to take a few weeks of a hiatus and start back up with that in September. And in the meantime, we are still going to have the Modern Toy Fair reviews every Monday. Right now, you're probably going to get a couple of those because I have a lot of stuff to get through from the past couple weeks. So there's probably going to be 2 to 3 per Monday. So stay tuned for that. As always, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and check out Jamar. Go listen to Why You're a Gamer, so maybe you can convince him to bring that back. But in the meantime, you can check him out on twitch.tv/Jamar_games, and you can watch him stream his arena battles in Apex and watch him get ranked and become a pro gamer and eventually leave us because he's going to be making too much money on Twitch. And then follow Nate with the Figuratively Speaking podcast. They're finally going to be starting recording again here soon. They're supposed to be recording the first episode here this month, and hopefully that'll keep the ball rolling for them. It's a great conversation. They just kind of get together and, if you go back and listen to the old stuff, you get to listen to a bunch of things like Nate saying he wanted some classic Fantastic Four with the white gloves and stuff, and now he's, perplexed on if he's going to buy them. So you get a lot of that throughout the show, of things that they talked about that have happened since. So it's definitely a fun listen. They have, 93 episodes?
92.
92. So this will be episode 93 is the one you're about to record. So yeah, make sure to check that out, because it's definitely a fun time, especially if you just pop in your earbuds, listen to it while you're on your drive to work or something. It's a pretty interesting time, because some of the conversations are even weirder than some of the shit we talk about here, which is impressive.
They've definitely gotten weird, yeah.
Like if you enjoyed the 10-minute conversation about the Man of Steel, boy, you need to check out the Figuratively Speaking podcast. And of course, if for some reason you like my voice and you're into wrestling, check out the Gimmick Minute Wrestling podcast. Me, Jason, and Kevin will shoot the shit on the wrestling news for the week and give our opinions and talk shit, all sorts of fun stuff. If you want to support us here, you can click the links below to pre-order your action figures, or you can go to tpublic.com. There's a link in the description below for that as well, where we have all sorts of shirts for our logos on them. We have mugs, phone cases, pillowcases, all sorts of stuff, plus other designs I've worked up in Photoshop. And of course, if you just like toys, subscribe to the channel, because between all of the years worth of news you can go back and listen to, you've got reviews, you're going to have Toy Therapy coming, you're going to have the Modern Toy Fair podcast where we just talk about toys in general. There's a lot of content that's strictly toy related on this channel. So if you like toys, subscribe, because you're going to find something you enjoy at some point, unless you really just hate our faces.
And there's going to be definitely some discussions about Fistos at some point as well.
If you like fisting and fistos, check us out, twitch.tv/Modern Toy Fair. Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we go over our weekly purchases. And Nate giving spoilers for his next week's purchase, apparently, which is very...
No, this is old, but this is weird.
It's very weird. Yeah, that looks like something I'm going to see at the foot of my bed at night. I don't like that. But yeah, so check us out every Wednesday night.
Kind of looks like me.
Oh my god, it looks like a really old... That's you in like 40 years.
Yeah. Oh. That's scary.
If for some reason you don't like watching our faces, both of this and of the upcoming shows of Toy Therapy and the Modern Toy Fair podcast will have audio-only versions that you can find on Spotify, Pocket Casts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, I don't know, other podcast apps that you know and love. So make sure to check those out, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching.
Bye. For the last time.